some assistance. Our dear friend Robbie Rice is up here, and even the executive producer Dave Haney has stepped into the press box for a moment. So we're in good shape. We got a good basketball games that we're going to have on our hands as well. It's Altavista taking on Luray. It is the Conference 44 semifinal. The two teams are playing for a berth in the region tournament next week, the 1A East Region Tournament. The loser of this ball game sees their season end tonight. The winner, as I said, will be playing next week in the regional tournament, and then they'll also be playing Friday in the Conference 44 final. It's the Subway pregame show. The Footlong Fest is on now at Subway. Any footlong for just $6. Yes, any of your footlong favorites for just $6. That's at Subway. Two wonderful locations in Altavista ready to serve you. Main Street and then also inside the Walmart on Clarion Road. I'm Kyle. Oscar will be along in a bit. It's high school girls basketball between Altavista and Luray. We've got the tip-off set for 12 minutes from now. You're going to hear all the action live on 105.5 KD Country.
A short drive will save you money.
I'm Greg Walker with an exciting new offer from Feller Chevrolet. Purchase any new or used vehicle of Fellers and receive a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty and a 3-day, 100% money-back guarantee. Again, a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty and a 3-day money-back guarantee. At Feller Chevrolet, we stand behind what we sell, and we save you money. Come see us. You'll be glad you did.
A short drive will save you money. Feller Chevrolet in Altavista.
Colonels, hey, let's go, Lady Colonels. Cheering on the Altavista Lady Colonels One-Stop Mart, Main Street Altavista are proud of your dedication and teamwork. It's led you to the basketball playoffs. One-Stop Mart Altavista is proud to support the community that supports One Stop. Before stepping out to tonight's game, be sure to fill up the gas tank at One Stop and pick up a bucket of the best chicken in town. One Stop Mart, Main Street Altavista, where the gas is cheap, beverages are cold, and the chicken's kicking.
PCM Industrial Services recognizes the importance of high school athletics by sponsoring this award-winning broadcast. PCM Industrial Maintenance and Construction Specialists providing welding, millwright, erection, and fabrication services to all forms of industry throughout the Mid-Atlantic region. From offices in Altavista, PCM Industrial Services congratulates the Altavista basketball teams on another successful season. Good luck in the playoffs. Go Colonels.
Napa know-how. When you grab a pair of Bosch Evolution Beam wiper blades, now $10 off at Napa, you'll have the confidence to tell Mother Nature to bring it. Because with Bosch Evolution wiper blades, now $10 off when you buy a pair, you'll show the weather who's really the boss. That's Napa know-how. Napa know-how. At participating Napa Auto Parts stores. Offer expires 2/28/17.
Brought to you by Napa of Altavista.
Your home for Colonel sports coverage. 105.5 KD Country.
The Subway pregame show is back from Altavista High School. Still got a few minutes to drop by and join us at the gym on Bedford Avenue if you want to see a Conference 44 semifinal game between Altavista and Luray. It's women's basketball, we might say, Mr. Briggs. And thank you so much for joining us tonight. You had to do a little extra homework. We made you run down there and cross-reference the rosters and make sure we have everybody. You know what's funny is you did all that work and there'll still be a mystery player somewhere.
That's exactly right. There will be. Although I do have a backup plan. I did take pictures of the scorebook, so we won't have any mystery players unless it's a mystery to everybody.
Well, what if they change jerseys or something?
That can happen. You get some bodily fluids, some blood or something, and
it's happened this year. It has happened. We'll fly by the seat of our pants as we always do. The Altavista Lady Colonels got a bye in the first round of the Conference 44 tournament. Luray got here by beating the William Campbell Lady Generals on Friday night. Beat them by a pretty good margin. I believe it was something like 68-19, Mr. Briggs. Altavista beat the Lady Generals by similar scores, so I don't know how much you can compare scores. And I know it's cliche, but in the playoffs, a lot of times it doesn't matter what you've done in the past.
Well, and one of the interesting things, when you look at Conference 44, you got Luray at 9-14, Altavista at 6-11, Jackson at 3-11. Riverheads is the only team in Conference 44 with a winning record. They're at 12-9. Highland at 3-14. William Campbell winless. So an interesting dynamic in this Conference 44.
Sure is, and if you know anything about the Altavista Lady Colonel schedule, it's similar to the guys in the fact that early in the season, they're playing the heavy hitters, the Brookvilles and the Rustburgs of the world. So sometimes that can make the record a little bit misleading for Altavista's women's basketball team.
And the Gretnas.
Yeah, very, very good point. The Dogwood District was really tough this year. All three Pittsylvania County teams were just very outstanding. Gretna, Chatham, and Dan River all had great teams. So the Lady Colonels certainly got to think they're battle-tested. I think they're going to be ready for a tough opponent tonight.
And I totally agree. As I looked through their schedule and looked at what Altavista's done versus what Luray's done, I think battle-tested is a very good word to use for the game tonight.
Oscar and I will step aside for a moment, and then we'll be back with the starting lineups, the pregame light show, and, of course, the tip-off between Altavista and Luray. It's Conference 44 semifinal girls basketball action. You're going to have a ringside seat on 105.5 KD Country.
At Subway, Monday is no longer Monday. It's Sweet Onion Chicken Teriyaki Day. That's the $3.50 sub of the day. Subway has a different 6-cent sub of the day every day of the week. Each has no artificial flavors or colors from artificial sources. For just $3.50, it's a great sub for a great price. Wednesday, that's Turkey Breast Day. Friday, Tuna Day. The $3.50 sub of the day every day at Subway. At participating restaurants, additional charges for extras and deluxe plus tax may not be combined with other offers, coupons, or discount cards.
A short drive will save you money.
I'm Greg Walker with an exciting new offer from Fellers Chevrolet. Purchase any new or used vehicle at Fellers and receive a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty and a 3-day, 100% money-back guarantee. Again, a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty and a 3-day money-back guarantee. At Fellers Chevrolet, we stand behind what we sell, and we save you money. Come see us. You'll be glad you did.
A short drive will save you money. Fellers Chevrolet in Altavista.
Your home for Colonel sports coverage. 105.5 KD Country.
54 years of outstanding high school sports coverage on KD Country. Gosh, Oscar, it doesn't seem like we've been doing it for that long, but we've been doing it for a little while. You're kind of on your downhill slide here. This is like your retirement tour. It needs to be like when Derek Jeter and David Ortiz and those guys retire. Every place we went this year, they should have given you a gift. Yeah, they should have given you a gold microphone.
That's right.
Get some of those watches. And I was talking with my dad. They'd give you a silver dollar back in the day. Remember when people used to give you a silver dollar, and that used to be like a big deal, you know?
Or a $2 bill.
A $2 bill, yeah. I'll give you a wooden nickel. How about that? Let's try a little bit more analysis for our ball game tonight. What we know about the Altavista Lady Colonels, first and foremost, they're coached by Deborah Spencer, and Coach Spencer's teams throughout the years, they always seem to play hard. They play good defense. She loves to get the post players involved. She loves to use that two-post system where one player set up in the high post, another in the low post, passing between those two, and then, as we saw last night, get it into the post and then dish it back out to the three-point line.
That's right, and it's and she'll mix up defenses as well. So it'll be interesting to see. You know, one of the things when we talk about Conference 44, just from the geographical perspective, you know, Luray's 2.5-hour drive. You don't get a home and away with them, so it'll be the first time we've seen them. I don't know how well Coach Spencer's or if she's even been able to scout them.
She has seen them. I've been speaking with Coach Spencer some. Didn't get a chance to catch up with her for an on-the-air interview. She was a little pressed for time before the game, but she has seen the Luray Ball Club, and she is impressed with the Lady Bulldogs and what they're going to bring to the table. Just talking with Coach Spencer throughout the year, it's been another one of those up and down years. They've had to survive some injuries, and they've had some inconsistencies on the offensive end. We know some familiar names like Haley Kraft, Paris Goggins, Addison Mormon. Those are probably going to be the three big guns for the Lady Colonels, but at times she's confided in me that just the consistency not there. One night they'll be on, the next night they won't be, and that's probably pretty typical for high school basketball.
And when you look at their losses, you look at Rustburg, they lost by 8. Big blowout against Brookville that they lost by, but 51-42 at Chatham, 40-33 at Rustburg, 39-31 at Appo. So a lot of these games, less than 10 points, they've been in the ball game and could have gone the other way very easily.
And we'll see if tonight is one of those games that could go either way. I have a feeling it'll be close at least for a while. Could be a situation where one team pulls away in the second half, but I'm expecting a pretty good ball game here tonight. We've still got about 4 minutes until the tip-off. We'll step aside for one final time out here on the Subway pregame show. The Pep Band is in the house. It's a great environment for hoops. Hope you'll stop by. If you can't make it, be sure to keep your radio tuned to us. We are 105.5 KD Country.
Colonels, hey, let's go, Lady Colonels. Cheering on the Altavista Main Street Altavista are proud of your dedication, teamwork. It's led you to the basketball playoffs. One Stop Mart Altavista is proud to support the community that supports One Stop. Before stepping out to tonight's game, be sure to fill up the gas tank at One Stop and pick up a bucket of the best chicken in town. One Stop Mart, Main Street Altavista, where the gas is cheap, beverages are cold, and the chicken's kicking.
PCM Industrial Services recognizes the importance of high school athletics by sponsoring this award-winning broadcast. PCM Industrial Maintenance and Construction Specialist providing welding, millwright, erection, and fabrication services to all forms of industry throughout the Mid-Atlantic region. From offices in Altavista, PCM Industrial Services congratulates the Altavista basketball teams on another successful season. Good luck in the playoffs. Go Colonels.
Your home for Colonel sports coverage. 105.5 KD Country.
Well, thank you so much if you're tuned in at kdcountry.com. With the KD Country app, we can't really say brand new anymore, Oscar. It's been out for a couple months now. Or you're listening on good old 105.5. You've got it tuned to the right place if you're a high school sports fan. It's the Altavista Lady Colonels getting set to take on the Luray Lady Bulldogs, and it looks like we're almost set for the national anthem and also the starting lineups, OB. So let me tell the folks about our starting lineup for the evening. So grateful and proud to have the support of these four businesses, and I'll tell you, you can't just flip on any radio station, OB, and hear some girls basketball. We love doing it. We love helping out the community. We love being a part of the tradition here, and so do these folks. Napa Auto Parts. Find your Napa know-how on Main Street in Altavista. PCM Industrial Services, now offering mobile welding and repair service. The One Stop Mart, where the gas is cheap, the beverages are cold, and the chicken is always kicking. And Feller Chevrolet, now offering a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Can't forget, it's also the Subway pregame show. Two great locations in Altavista, Main Street, and then also inside the Walmart on Clarion Road. Does look like it's almost time for the national anthem here. The gym is about 40 to 50% full, and it should be a raucous crowd, I'm sure. They're looking forward to a good game tonight, just like we are. And again, it is an elimination game. Loser of this game has their season come to an end tonight. The winner advances to the Conference 44 title game, and then also the first round of 1A East Region action. We'll step aside for the national anthem. That'll be time for tip-off when we come back between Luray and Altavista. It's Conference 44 girls basketball on 105.5 KD Country.
Napa know-how. When you grab a pair of Bosch Evolution
critical alert from Microsoft. Your computer has alerted us that it is infected with the virus.
Got more as this game goes on. Colonels are sporting the home white jerseys with the orange and black trim. Luray is in a black jersey with the burgundy red type of trim on the sides and on the numbers. The tip-off is controlled by the Luray Lady Bulldogs, and they'll bring it into the front court, working left to right. Looks like a zone defense early for Coach Deborah Spencer's squad.
Looks like a 2-3.
Luray working around the perimeter. Just one post player for the Bulldogs. 4 other players spread around the three-point ring. There's a traveling violation by number 12, Chelsea McClung. She just took a step before she dribbled, and that's an early turnover.
Little anxiety probably, just getting settled into this must-win ball game.
I would think so. You mentioned that long trip, 2.5 hours. You can't underestimate that. You really can't. These aren't professionals we're talking about here that, get paid to stay focused on those long rides. These are 15, 16, 17, 18-year-olds. Sometimes that long trip can get you out of your game face, but some people would say, hey, it's good to have fun on those long trips. Colonels with an early turnover, too. Mormon just threw it over the head of Goggins and out of bounds.
Luray opened up in a man-to-man, and Goggins had her pinned on her hip, defender pinned on her hip, and the pass was just a little long.
Looks like the same type of zone defense for Altavista. Luray's going to swing it around the perimeter. It's in the right corner to Elise Beam. Her three-pointer is too strong. Rebounded by Addison Mormon just outside the paint. She'll bring it up herself. Long cross-court pass finds Chelsea Mabry on the left sideline. Colonel's working left to right from our perspective. Scoring on the right basket. That's near the entrance here at Altavista High School. They leave Kraft alone for a long two, and she nails it. Just had a shoestring on the line. The official was spot on. He saw it the whole way and held up 2 fingers. It's an early 2-0 lead for the Lady Colonels, though. Here comes a three-pointer on the way from Luray. No good. LaShawna Scott with the rebound on the weak side for the Lady Colonels. Altavista wants to push it.
Coach Spencer imploring him to push the ball up the floor. Down deep to Goggins.
Goggins' turnaround shot off the window doesn't fall from 5 feet. Mabry has the basketball in the middle of the paint and is tied up by several Luray defenders. That's a jump ball, mutual possession. It'll give the Colonels the basketball with 6:17 left to play in the first quarter. I got to alternate between saying Colonels and Lady Colonels, Oscar.
They're Colonels.
That's right. Long two-pointer, no good from the right baseline by Mabry, but Haley Kraft runs down the rebound for the Lady Colonels. She'll swing around, pops free on the right elbow there, fires another jump shot that's just a hair too strong. It's rebounded by Luray in the corner. Paris Goggins playing a little bit of token defense. Now she'll retreat and get back into that zone that Altavista's used all game. There's another traveling violation by Chelsea McClung. That time it was a shot fake and just slid the feet without a dribble, and that's another turnover.
In this man-to-man, they've got Elise Beam guarding Kraft, and she's got about 5 inches on her and considerable length, so that's going to force Haley to create a little bit more separation to be able to get that three-pointer off.
Well, and we probably need to mention Haley Kraft's outside shooting prowess. She is a sharp shooter from beyond the arc. She can obviously shoot it from anywhere, but she loves to put up those three-pointers. There's another one on the way, right on cue, and it's good. How about that? That'll make you look good as a broadcaster when you talk about how good somebody shoots the three, and then she rings one up.
Well, and she overcomes that length by just as quick a release as you'll see in either boys or girls basketball.
It's a 5-0 Lady Colonels lead. Scramble for the ball underneath the basket. Mormon gets down there to put 2 hands on the basketball. It was shared with Cassie Weekly. And that's another jump ball, this time the possession arrow, showing it to the Luray side. Early sub for Luray, it's Lydia Fox in the game.
5:15 remaining, Kyle, here in the first quarter. 5-0 Colonel lead.
Lady Colonels still have their starters out there. It's Mabry, Kraft, Scott, Mormon, and Goggins. Here comes a dribble penetration by Allie Weekly, and she scores the banker from the left side. Pretty quick first step to the hole there by Weekly, and it cuts the Altavista lead down to 5-2. Kraft will bring it up. Some moderate full court pressure, but Luray sags off. Kraft nearly lost on the dribble. Flips over a 10-foot pass to the right point to give it to Charlotte Mabry. Mabry in trouble. Now it's off to Addison Mormon, who's bodied up on the baseline. No foul called, but they'll say it's a turnover as Mormon loses the ball out of bounds.
They actually called a travel on that.
Still no fouls for either ball club. We're not even halfway through the first quarter, though, so I wouldn't think too much of it just yet. There's a nice steal by Goggins. It'll end up being another jump ball.
Boy, great denial. She came around with that, had that inside hand on the resting on the back and came out with that outside hand. Classic defensive position. Nice job.
Goggins is a crafty post player. She's been around for a while. We've seen her a bunch. She'll come free to catch the inbound pass from Kraft. Holds it over her head. She'll take the dribble just right of center. Now stops and throws it back to LaShawna Scott. Lady Colonels are still in the backcourt. Used up about 8 seconds of the 10-second count, but they do get it across. Mabry, couple dribbles, picks up the dribble and throws it back near the half-court stripe. We've got 4:19 left to play in the first quarter. It's a 5-2 Lady Colonel lead.
Looks like Coach Spencer wants them to penetrate and get the ball down in the post.
It's a man-to-man defense. Yep, here comes another three-pointer from Kraft, and it's good from straight away. Haley Kraft with 2 3-pointers tonight. It's an 8-2 Lady Colonel lead, and yes, she does have all 8 because the first bucket was a long 2. It was about an 18.5-foot jump shot for 2.
Foot was on the line.
It's almost like the putts made distance at a PGA tournament. If you count up the feet of shots that Kraft has made, it's approaching about 60 feet right now, Oscar.
That's a great analogy.
I know. I need to think about that more. There's a steal at midcourt by the Bulldogs. Altavista really just gave it away there, an unforced error, and it was stolen by number 14, Allie Weekly. She scores for 2. Altavista now on top 8-4. Here comes Mabry. Sidesteps to the defender, gets in the lane. The lay-in will not fall, and it's rebounded by the Luray Bulldogs. They want to slow things down just a tad. Now they'll jog across the timeline, and a pass is thrown out of bounds and over the head of any would-be receiver.
Cassie Weekly back into the ball game for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, in college athletics, OB, it's become in vogue to just call the team the same name. If it's the UVA Cavaliers, they don't really call them the Lady Cavaliers anymore. They still call them the Cavaliers. There's exceptions, obviously, as there always are in this life. Kraft angles to her right and dribbles across the timeline. It's Altavista basketball, not anymore. They've thrown it away on the far sideline. Another bit of an unforced error there for the Lady Colonels.
And you could hear Coach Spencer all the way up in the press box.
It comes with 2:55 left to play in the first quarter. It's an 8-4 Lady Colonel advantage. Here comes a three-pointer hoisted by Fox. It hit the window first and then the iron. Didn't fall down. Tie up on the floor between Goggins and number 3, Cassie Weekly, results in another jump ball mutual possession.
You know, a couple of years ago we did one of the girls' playoffs games, and I think there were like 28 alternating possession jump ball situations.
I think I remember that game. And imagine if it was the old days where you went to the circle there and did a jump ball. Think about how long that would take. They still do some jump balls in the NBA. Certain situations. That's a shot that's no good. And Addison Mormon with a strong rebound in the paint for the Lady Colonels. And we're finally going to get our first foul of the ball game. They call it on number 10, Elise Beam there. It's her first. It's Luray's first. It comes with 2:34 remaining in the first quarter. I'm Kyle Haney. He's Oscar Briggs. Plenty of reinforcements in the press box should one of us lose our voice or something like that. Kraft will zigzag it across the timeline. A spin move, nearly lost the basketball on a double team, but she's able to throw it over to LaShawna Scott. She bounces over to the left corner and the newly entered Kayla Robinson. It's Kayla Robinson, Haley Kraft, Paris Goggins, Addison Mormon, and LaShawna Scott for the Altavista Lady Colonels. Goggins at the free throw line, holds it over her head. Now she wants to dribble, pounds it with the right hand, tries to flip it in off the window, but it won't fall down. Going the other way quickly, the Luray Bulldogs. Beam had it swatted out of her hands. That's another foul. The Altavista Lady Colonels have now picked up their first foul of the evening.
That'll be a shooting foul. And we'll send Elise Beam to the line for 2. Pretty clean ball game so far.
We've had a few turnovers and a few jump balls, which we've come to expect. But overall, I think you're right. Time's flying by. We're already under 2 minutes to play in this first quarter. It's an 8-4 Altavista lead. Nobody's really scored in a while, Mr. Briggs. Colonel's got to 8 quickly. It was a pair of Haley Kraft three-pointers and then also a Haley Kraft long two. Movement early on the free throw line. I think you're going to get a violation. Yeah. Referee didn't blow the whistle right away.
If she would have made it, they
Sure.
would have just, because the violation was against Altavista, they would just let the free throw go.
Right. Good call. You should think about being an official after you get done broadcasting.
No.
What if they raise the pay?
No.
Still no. Free throw is converted there.
I'm a little too rabid here. They'd be playing in an empty gym.
Sure.
They would be escorting people out left and right.
Right. Free throw was good there by Beam, so Luray made the most of the mistake from the Lady Colonels. Kraft throws a 15-foot inbound pass to Scott and then gets it right back. Kraft will zigzag her way into the front court facing the man-to-man defense from Luray. 1:45 left to play in the first quarter. It's an 8-5 Altavista lead. Still tight man-to-man coverage from Luray. They're not really sagging off much at all. Kraft, pull-up three-pointer. That one's off the mark that time. Basketball not controlled by Luray, and it went off the shin of Cassie Weekly. Lady Colonels retain possession. They'll inbound baseline left. They'll stack up at the free throw line in the home white jerseys, working left to right, from Oscar and I's perspective. Katie is our sound engineer back at home base.
Kraft was closely guarded on that play and moving to the left, and that's a difficult shot for a right-handed player.
No doubt about it. I was thinking that same thing. You're just going against your natural motion there. There's a pass intercepted by Luray. This is Weekly zigzagging through traffic, and then she's fouled. A couple Lady Colonels might have gotten a hand on her, but we'll see who ends up getting whistled with the citation. It's 14, Kayla Robinson. Kayla Robinson is a 5'5 junior guard. And now number 44, LaDeja Robinson in the ball game for the Lady Colonels. She enters for Paris Goggins. It's two Robinsons on the court, LaShawna Scott, Haley Kraft, and Addison Mormon. Kraft and Mormon have not come out of the game yet. And they may not come out of the game, Oscar. They're two of the stalwarts for Altavista.
You're right. We're right at 1 minute left in the first quarter. Nice defensive job by Luray getting a hand into the lane, knocking the ball away off of Colonel.
Another turnover there for the Lady Colonels. In the women's game, it's a little bit slower paced. It's a little bit easier to play the entire game. I'm not saying that you don't have to work hard. You certainly do. But you see more people that'll play the full 32 minutes in high school especially. Nice pass down low to get a free bucket from Cassie Weekly. It was a contested shot, but the basket goes in after Weekly came free. I guess that's what I meant by a free bucket. 35 seconds left in the first quarter. Mormon's in trouble. She's picked up the dribble on the left sideline, and that's a 5-second count. That's a turnover there for the Altavista Lady Colonels. The 5-second rule to encourage continuous play. Mormon just couldn't break that defensive pressure there and ends up turning it over.
Looks like the Colonels having a little bit of trouble with the pressure defense from Luray. If they turn that up, it could be a little bit more difficult for the Colonels to get into their offense.
Altavista's lead right now stuck at 1, 8-7. Turnover there by the Lady Bulldogs. Altavista's got it back. They've got 22 seconds with which to work here before this first quarter will expire. Scott will bring it across the timeline. She zigzags, couple spin moves to get free. Right-hand dribble, finds a cutting Mabry just on the right wing outside the three-point line. Clock down to 7 seconds. Here's LaDeja Robinson over to LaShawna Scott. She holds it over her head, trying to go inside to Mormon, but it's intercepted. Luray not going to get a buzzer-beater try off, and our first quarter has come to a conclusion. It's a slim Lady Colonel lead. Altavista 8, Luray 7. Second quarter on the way when you return to 105.5 KD Country.
Colonels, hey, let's go Lady Colonels. Cheering on the Altavista Lady Colonels, One Stop Mart, Main Street Altavista are proud of your dedication, teamwork. It's led you to the basketball playoffs. One Stop Mart Altavista is proud to support the community that supports One Stop. Before stepping out to tonight's game, be sure to fill up the gas tank at One Stop and pick up a bucket of the best chicken in town. One Stop Mart, Main Street, Altavista, where the gas is cheap, beverages are cold, and the chicken's kicking.
Your home for Colonel sports coverage. 105.5 KD Country.
It's Altavista 8, Luray 7. It's Conference 44 women's basketball semifinal action. I'm Kyle Haney. Joining me is my partner in crime and the man that wears the Tar Heel blue even when he's got a black pullover on, Mr. Oscar Briggs. Any truth to the rumor that you do actually bleed Tar Heel blue?
Absolutely.
Isn't the blood actually like blue or something until it's exposed to the air? Is that true? Is there truth to that? Somebody confirm that. Somebody get a doctor on the line. Our executive producer, Dave Haney, seems like he may go to the Google and try and find out what the answer is. The cyber is very important these days, and we're having fun on a Wednesday night. Second quarter about to get underway. Honky Tonk Jukebox will be on at 8 p.m. on KD Country unless we run a little bit long here, which has been known to happen. Autumn Roach into the ball game now for the Lady Colonel. She'll misfire from three-point, and that ball just skips out of bounds harmlessly. Luray basketball on the right baseline to inbound with 7:49 left to play in the half.
Altavista sets up in that 2-3 zone.
Goggins really shadowing the post player for Luray. That's number 3, Cassie Weekly. You can see they're paying some special emphasis to Weekly. She's working hard to get free on the low post, but Luray can't get it to her. Here's number 0, Lisa Atkins in the ball game, and she scores from the left wing for 2. Another Agent 0 in the house tonight. It's Lisa Atkins, a freshman guard for Luray. Gives the Bulldogs their first lead of the night, 9-8.
Nice rotation, nice movement of the ball, nice movement of the players that time down by Luray.
Lady Colonels really haven't scored in the better part of 4 minutes, Oscar. I don't think I'm wrong in stating that one.
No, that's...
Roach dribbles to the left elbow on the free throw line, then flings it over to Kraft. Kraft sends it right back to Autumn Roach. Attacks the 2 guards at the top of that 2-3 zone. Lady Colonels can't make much headway as far as penetration into the defense goes. They're certainly controlling the basketball for long spells. Here comes another 3-point try from Haley Kraft. No good. Short. Recovered by Paris Goggins and now thrown away by the Lady Colonels, but they'll get the basketball back. Allie Weekly could not control it on the near left sideline.
Colonels are telegraphing their pass, and they're making long passes, and they're just not crisp enough, and Luray's really able to get out and get a hand on it. It's led to several turnovers.
I was going to say the same thing. If you're going to make those long passes of 15 feet or more, it's got to have some pace, some speed on the ball, and you better step to it as the receiver to try and cut down some of that distance as you're receiving it.
And you've also got to come to the ball as the receiver of the ball, too.
Sure. Mabry in trouble on the far sideline. Double team now, looking for somewhere to go. She'll get fouled. Bit of a bailout there. Foul was on number 10, Elise Beam. That's her second. It's just Luray's second as a team, so she has both of them. Lady Colonels have 2 team fouls as well. 6:22 left to play in the half.
And Beam's the 5'10 player that has been on Kraft, so that'll be something to watch if Haley's able to get a little bit more open.
Kraft will inbound on the far sideline. It's Haley Kraft, LaShawna Scott, Charlotte Mabry, LaDeja Robinson, and Paris Goggins on the court for Altavista. Kraft, left-hand dribble, then picks it up, looks for somewhere to go. Finds Goggins at the top of the key. Now it's over right wing to Scott. Back to an open Kraft at the top, and her three-pointer rattles in and out, no good. Here's Goggins with a nice offensive rebound. Stuck in the far left corner. Needs somewhere to go, trying to get to the double team. Coach Spencer, wanted the timeout. Instead, we'll get a foul on the far sideline. No, it's just knocked out of bounds by Luray.
She'll take that, though. Saves the timeout and retains the ball.
Well, she sort of half-heartedly called the timeout anyway. It was almost like she didn't want to use it to save the possession.
The Colonels have been unable to get the ball down to Goggins on the block or Robinson on the block.
Remember, all those 8 points came behind or on the three-point line, essentially. Here's a turnover at midcourt. Goggins lost it. It ends up in the hands of number 14, Allie Weekly. She scores with a right-handed layup coming in from the right side. Now the Luray lead is up to 11-8. Colonel's last scored about midway through the first quarter, pardon me.
And that was just a situation where there was unaware that there was a defender there, just a lazy pass.
We're 2.5 minutes and change into this second quarter, so this is a dry spell of about 6.5 minutes by my count. Here's LaDeja Robinson at the top of the key. Chest pass over to LaShawna Scott. She might have dragged the foot. Now she'll flip it off to Mabry. Mabry in trouble. She'll drive, gets 10 feet away from the basket. Nice bounce pass inside to Robinson, who can't finish. Extra chance from Goggins won't go.
That's a walk.
A car crash down there on the floor in the middle of the paint as there was 3 players all piled up in the middle. Haley Kraft with a nice defensive stop. Now she'll slow things down. It's Altavista basketball in the front court right with 4:40 left to play in the half.
2-on-2, and Haley Kraft just picked her pocket.
Mabry works hard to get open, doesn't she? She's constantly moving. Here comes Kraft, another setup, long 2. Steps into it. The shot is too strong. Rebounded in the middle by Kristen Weaver for Luray. She flips off to Allie Weekly. Weekly, long pass up ahead to Atkins. Atkins gets to the left edge of the paint. Over the shoulder, lay-in try will not fall. Another jump ball mutual possession tie-up. Stops play with 4:21 left in the half. It's an 11-8 Luray lead, and the Luray Lady Bulldogs need a timeout. We'll take the timeout with them. Altavista trailing by 3. 4 minutes and 21 seconds left to play in the half on 105.5 KD Country.
PCM Industrial Services recognizes the importance of high school athletics by sponsoring this award-winning broadcast. PCM Industrial Maintenance and Construction Specialists providing welding, millwright, erection, and fabrication services to all forms of industry throughout the Mid-Atlantic region. From offices in Altavista, PCM Industrial Services congratulates the Altavista basketball teams on another successful season. Good luck in the playoffs. Go Colonels.
Your station for high school sports play-by-play is 105.5 KD Country.
Altavista trailing Luray 11-8. The Lady Bulldogs lead with 4:21 left to play in the half. I'm Kyle. He's Oscar. Katie, our sound engineer. You are you, and we're so happy that you're with us on a Wednesday night. The Altavista Pep Band is here, Oscar, and the best sounding trombone has to be in the hands of Hank Frazier over there, I think, don't you?
Undoubtedly the most experienced trombone player in the area.
He is of everybody in the Altavista Pep Band, he has the most experience. Even Mr. Ruiz, the director, has to yield that title to Hank Frazier. And Mr. Ruiz has got the trumpet out there tonight. He plays seemingly every instrument. It's fun to watch. It's a great part of the atmosphere. Another jump ball tie-up is a wrestling match on the ground after it there. LaDeja Robinson was the one that had hands on it for the Altavista Lady Colonels. Robinson, a 5'9", sophomore forward. She moves well, but can get inside and play some of that post stuff as well. Down low it goes to Mabry. She got trapped behind the backboard. She'll dribble back out to the right wing. Now tosses between the circles to LaShawna Scott. Scott in trouble. Flips it over to Autumn Roach, who's in the ball game now, with exactly 4 minutes left to play in the half.
Wow. They're going to call that off on Luray. Colonels might have called a break there. Haley Kraft not in the ball game. So the only person that scored for the Colonels is getting some rest on the bench, and they've made her work hard to get open.
Mormon works hard to get open. A couple right-hand dribbles. Now she'll streak into the lane from left to right. Lost it. May have lost it off her own foot, and she did. The defensive pressure was there, so you can't exactly call that one an unforced error, but certainly too many turnovers, I think, for Deborah Spencer.
Just out of sync. Really not able to get into their offense.
I guess we need to mention that Hank Frazier, that trombone player's brother, Ed Frazier, is an assistant coach for the Altavista Lady Colonels. So there's a bit of small-town history and a small-town vibe there. The three-pointer no good from Luray. Lady Colonels get it into the front court quickly. Mabry gets a foot inside the three-point line, then stops. Tries to go into the right low post to Mormon, but the basketball swatted out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Lady Colonels, and now Coach Spencer's got 3 fresh bodies coming in. It's Kayla Robinson, Haley Kraft, and Paris Goggins.
And Coach Cliff Lee from the bleachers was adamantly coaching Goggins about rebounding and grabbing the ball and boxing out during that time she was on the bench.
We'll get to Cliff Lee again here, maybe at the Subway halftime show. We've got plenty of great things to say about Mr. Lee. Here's a catch-and-shoot two-pointer. Off the window pane and in for Haley Kraft from 15 feet. So Kraft continues to be the only Lady Colonel that scored. But she's got her team back within one. It's an 11-10 Luray lead.
And given the drought that the Colonels went through, to be down by one, I would think Coach Spencer thinks she's very fortunate.
Yeah, it was about 9 minutes by my count. We've got 2:45 left to play in the second quarter. Here comes Lisa Atkins, number 0, fires. Too strong. It never hit the rim, but it clanked off the backboard and then knocked out of bounds by a would-be Luray rebounder. Lady Colonels will inbound. They'll have to face some full-court man-to-man pressure again to do it. Kraft gets it in, then receives it right back. Scott will angle from right to left. Now she spins around, zigzags to break the timeline. Lady Colonels are in the front court right, wearing the home white jerseys. Coach Spencer barking out some instructions from the bench area.
Scott had a mismatch. She could have driven to the basket.
Scott lost it. Just a strip right there. Take away by number 14, Allie Weekly. Then Weekly's fouled. Addison Mormon just put her right arm across the forearms of Allie Weekly. And Weekly, the sophomore guard, going to go to the free throw line here. The chance to extend the Luray lead with 2:12 left to play in the half. Let's get to Cliff Lee right now, actually, Mr. Briggs. He is, of course, the father of number 52, Taylor Lee, who is nursing a knee injury. She's banged up that knee a couple times, but she's the third senior on the ball club in addition to Haley Kraft and Paris Goggins. And unfortunate for Taylor that she's not going to be able to get out there.
And she's really the anchor, the main post person in this Colonel's offense. And you said they work really well high-low with Goggins and Lee. Don't have that option tonight.
Yep. Another 5-second call on Paris Goggins. She had the ball at the top of the key. The defensive pressure was there. She was looking for an open player to pass to and just never found an answer to that problem. 1:52 left to play in the second quarter. Lady Colonels trail by 1. They'll set up in the 2-3 zone as Weekly walks it across the timeline, working right to left. Lady Colonels nearly got a steal, but it ended up in the hands of Cassie Weekly. Her jump shot too strong. Rebounded by LaShawna Scott on the run. She changes directions on the far sideline. Now she's across the half-court stripe, up ahead to Kayla Robinson. She'll fire from just outside the paint on the right side. Her jumper is no good. The basketball uncontrolled and out of bounds off of number 3, Cassie Weekly, so it'll stay with Altavista.
Nice job by Addison Mormon there, not picking up her, I think, third foul.
1:27 left to play in the half. Altavista has 3 fouls as a team. Luray just 2. They're both from the same player. Kind of like Altavista's got all their points from one player. If you joined us late, Haley Kraft has all 10 for the Lady Colonels. Scratch that. Paris Goggins with a turnaround jumper from 9 feet. She gets her name in the scorebook, and Altavista gets the lead back, 12-11. Last time they had the lead was the start of the second quarter. 60 seconds left to play in the second. Kraft playing the tight defense on number 12, Chelsea McClung, and McClung is fouled by Taylor Kraft.
That will be on the floor. Only the 4th team foul on the Colonels. Only 2 on Luray.
And you mentioned clean game, and from that perspective, 100% right. Mormon might have got away with a hug and a push there. She was playing pretty tight defense on Luray. Bulldogs do get it inbounds from the baseline. Here comes a jump shot from the middle of the paint. No good, but the second chance try will go from number 3, Cassie Weekly. She scores. Lady Bulldogs have the lead back, and they have a steal now. Taken away by Allie Weekly. She flips off to Weaver. Weaver scores with the lay-in on the right side. The lead is up to 15-13 for Luray. 15-12. 30 seconds left in the half. Goggins will dribble it across. Paris Goggins doing her best point guard impersonation. Now she gives it up with a chest pass. It's back in the hands of Addison Mormon.
And we're under 20.
Mormon holds it over her head, calling for a teammate. Either wants to pass or have someone set a screen for her. Over to LaShawna Scott on the right sideline. She's about 30 feet away from the hoop. She'll curl, flips it off to a cutting Mormon. Mormon scores off the backboard. We've got 4 seconds left. Let's see if Luray can get something up. It doesn't look like they're going to, and the first half has come to a close. Lady Colonels trailed by 1, 15-14. Subway halftime show on the way when we return to 105.5 KD Country.
Napa know-how. When you grab a pair of Bosch Evolution Beam wiper blades, now $10 off at Napa, you'll have the confidence to tell Mother Nature to bring it. Because with Bosch Evolution wiper blades, now $10 off when you buy a pair, you'll show the weather who's really the boss. That's Napa know-how. Napa know-how. At participating Napa Auto Parts stores. Offer expires 2/28/17.
Brought to you by Napa of Altavista.
At Subway, Monday is no longer Monday. It's Sweet Onion Chicken Teriyaki Day. That's the $3.50 sub of the day. Subway has a different 6-inch sub of the day every day of the week. Each has no artificial flavors or colors from artificial sources. For just $3.50, it's a great sub for a great price. Wednesday, that's Turkey Breast Day. Friday, Tuna Day. The $3.50 sub of the day every day at Subway. At participating restaurants, additional charges for extras and deluxe plus tax may not be combined with other offers, coupons, or discount cards.
A short drive will save you money.
I'm Greg Walker with an exciting new offer from Feller Chevrolet. Purchase any new or used vehicle of Feller's and receive a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty and a 3-day, 100% money-back guarantee. Again, a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty and a 3-day money-back guarantee. At Feller Chevrolet, we stand behind what we sell, and we save you money. Come see us. You'll be glad you did.
A short drive will save you money. Feller Chevrolet in Altavista.
Colonels, hey, let's go Lady Colonels. Cheering on the Altavista Lady Colonels One-Stop Mart, Main Street Altavista are proud of your dedication and teamwork. It's led you to the basketball playoffs. One-Stop Mart Altavista is proud to support the community that supports One Stop. Before stepping out to tonight's game, be sure to fill up the gas tank at One Stop and pick up a bucket of the best chicken in town. One-Stop Mart, Main Street Altavista, where the gas is cheap, beverages are cold, and the chicken's kicking.
Your station for high school sports play-by-play is 105.5 KD Country.
The Subway halftime show has arrived. Luray holding the slimmest of leads. 1 point, 15-14. I'm Kyle. He's Oscar. OB, fun first half of basketball. We asked Robbie Rice, superfan, whether the Lady Colonels were playing bad or good or indifferent, and she sort of gave us the indifferent sign.
That's right, the little wave of the hand.
Yeah. I love it.
I mean, certainly the 8.5, 9-minute scoreless stretch was really the thing that really stuck out in my mind.
Well, that's what we mentioned with our discussions with Coach Spencer before the game. She said, we've had our moments. We've got some people that can score, need to be more consistent. And you sort of saw it right there. I mean, Altavista had the scoring barrage from Haley Kraft early, but the consistency wasn't there to sustain it. Mormon and Goggins end up scoring some as well, and maybe that'll free things up, get some points inside.
Well, you certainly hope so, because you can't really rely on one player against this Luray team, which Luray hasn't really hadn't anything from the outside. Most of their points have been in the paint, layups, and offensive rebounds.
Yeah, and it certainly has worked out for Luray. They have a 1-point lead at the moment, 15-14. Thank you so much for joining our basketball party on the radio. It's 54 years of outstanding high school sports coverage on KD Country.
54.
That's a long time.
It is a long time.
I want to talk about something real quick. Let me get off the script here really quick. You're going to come back at various points in the future for like an encore, right?
Sure.
You're going to meet us in Greensville County or something when we have to go out there. You get Chopper in for that one, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that part of your retirement package? They're getting you a helicopter? Isn't that how they're paying you off, getting you to quit?
Call Doug Dalton over to Englishes and see if he'll fly me in.
Yeah, we'll get something going on. You know, in the future, that technology is going to be so much more accessible. They can drop you in off of a drone. You can ride a drone over there and just rappel out.
You could Skype, FaceTime me, and I could just do it from remote.
We'll hold a camera up there. Yeah, absolutely. Or like that guy in South America who's blind and he's a soccer colored commentator. He just listens to the play-by-play guy. And then when you hear the crowd erupt, you assume there was a goal or something. Crowd here's been pretty good. The Altavista Pep Band is getting it going in here for them, making everybody feel good, dropping the beat that you can move your hips to and all that fun stuff. It's the Subway halftime show. We'll step aside for a moment. Luray leads 15-14 over the Altavista Lady Colonels. It's Conference 44 semifinal action. You're hearing it live on 105.5 KD Country.
PCM Industrial Services recognizes the importance of high school athletics by sponsoring this award-winning broadcast. PCM Industrial Maintenance and Construction Specialists providing welding, millwright, erection, and fabrication services to all forms of industry throughout the Mid-Atlantic region. From offices in Altavista, PCM Industrial Services congratulates the Altavista basketball teams on another successful season. Good luck in the playoffs. Go Colonels.
Napa know-how. When you grab a pair of Bosch Evolution Beam wiper blades, now $10 off at Napa, you'll have the confidence to tell Mother Nature to bring it. Because with Bosch Evolution wiper blades, now $10 off when you buy a pair, you'll show the weather who's really the boss. That's Napa know-how. Napa know-how. At participating Napa Auto Parts stores. Offer expires 2/28/17.
Brought to you by Napa of Altavista.
At Subway, Monday is no longer Monday. It's Sweet Onion Chicken Teriyaki Day. That's the $3.50 sub of the day. Subway has a different 6-inch sub of the day every day of the week. Each has no artificial flavors or colors from artificial sources. For just $3.50, it's a great sub for a great price. Wednesday, that's Turkey Breast Day. Friday, Tuna Day. The $3.50 sub of the day every day at Subway. At participating restaurants, additional charges for extras and deluxe plus tax may not be combined with other offers, coupons, or discount cards.
A short drive will save you money.
I'm Greg Walker with an exciting new offer from Feller Chevrolet. Purchase any new or used vehicle of Feller's and receive a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty and a 3-day, 100% money-back guarantee. Again, a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty and a 3-day money-back guarantee. At Feller Chevrolet, we stand behind what we sell, and we save you money. Come see us. You'll be glad you did.
A short drive will save you money. Feller Chevrolet in Altavista.
Your station for high school sports play-by-play is 105.5 KD Country.
Subway halftime show returns. It's Luray 15, Altavista 14. Oscar, before we get to some halftime scores, the Footlong Fest at Subway, wonderful stuff. Any footlong for just $6. Stop by the Main Street location or inside the Walmart on Clarion Road. We always tout that Walmart location. It's wonderful for folks that are out of town, easy on and off from Route 29. You're in and out in a jiff, and you're on your destination. We love it.
You go in and grab some groceries and then grab a sub on the way home. You can put your groceries up and have your dinner.
Buy a radio, listen to us.
You sure can.
Or a smartphone. You can listen to us on the KD Country app. And let's just throw out all the resources there. You could buy a computer or laptop, desktop. You could listen to us on kdcountry.com. There you go. I've said my thing. And hopefully folks at home have utilized all three of those options. What do we have as far as scoring goes?
Boy first for Luray, Lisa Atkins with 2, Cassie Weekly with 4, Elise Beam with 1, Allie Weekly with 6, and Kristen Weaver with 2. So a lot of different players scored for Luray. And it, a lot, again, we talked about it. A lot of their scoring came off scramble plays, offensive rebounds. Most of the points came from in the paint.
Few turnovers that Altavista committed that Luray just went down and took, an uncontested layup or a virtually uncontested layup. Lady Colonels, I feel, have turned the ball over a bit too much, and I'm sure Coach Spencer would second that emotion.
Yeah, I would think that was probably a predominant theme at halftime for her. Colonels led by Haley Kraft with 10, Paris Goggins with 2, and Addison Mormon with 2. And I think what do the Colonels have to do different in the second half? They got to take care of the ball. They've either got to shorten their passing lanes and make more crisp passes, and I think they've got to get a little bit more motion out of their offense and maybe settle a few more picks to be able to get some of these other players open.
Well, you read my mind. I was just going to throw that question to you. As a coach, and I'm not asking you to get inside Coach Spencer's head, but as a coach, do you think at halftime you say, hey, ladies, if we don't pick it up, this is our last half of basketball this season? You think so?
Absolutely. I've heard that speech before, and it does tend to light a fire under you when you know that you're playing possibly your last game.
Sure. Subway halftime show is nearly done. We're going to keep it right here, though, for the moment and just get right into the third quarter. I'm Kyle Haney. He's Agent Zero, Oscar Briggs.
And, that speech was probably made in the Luray locker room as well.
Sure, yeah, that's a great point. I mean, we're talking about Luray's got a 1-point lead, but in a 1-point ball game, it's not exactly like either ball club is really dominated. I'm sure head coach Joe Lucas and his Lady Bulldogs had some passion and some fire in their locker room.
And we're no stranger to 1-point leads at the half. There have been a number of 1-point leads at the half with the boys that we've seen this year.
You're right. Let's mention again while we're on the topic, the Altavista guys will be here and on the radio tomorrow hosting Riverheads. 6 o'clock tip-off for that. We'll be on around 5:40 for the Subway pregame show. We hope you'll make your plans to join us in the gym. But if not, join the basketball party on the radio. We're underway in the third quarter here. Luray scoring on the right-hand bucket this half. There's another interior pass. They get it on the low post, and they score. And there's a foul. This is number 15, Kristen Weaver. She caught it in the left-hand low block. Didn't make the first one, but stuck with it and scored on the putback attempt.
That's Addison Mormon's third. That'll be something to watch here early. 7:38 remaining in the third quarter. It's early here in the second half.
That's bad news for the Altavista Lady Colonels, particularly when Luray is getting most of their points inside. You'd like some of those interior defenders to be able to stay aggressive in there. There's another turnover for the Lady Colonels. A bucket, a score. Coach Spencer does not like the early 5-0 run by Luray. We'll take the timeout with Altavista. They trail 20-14. 7.5 play in the third quarter on 105.5 KD Country.
Colonels, hey, let's go, Lady Colonels. Cheering on the Altavista Lady Colonels, One Stop Mart, Main Street Altavista are proud of your dedication and teamwork. It's led you to the basketball playoffs. One Stop Mart Altavista is proud to support the community that supports One Stop. Before stepping out to tonight's game, be sure to fill up the gas tank at One Stop and pick up a bucket of the best chicken in town. One Stop Mart, Main Street Altavista, where the gas is cheap, beverages are cold, and the chicken's kicking.
More live high school sports action on 105.5 KD Country.
Not exactly the way Coach Spencer wanted to come out of the halftime break. Lady Colonels surrender 5 early points in the first 30 seconds of the half, Oscar, and Altavista in trouble. They do break the timeline. Scott angles in, gets to the free throw line, now retreats about 25 feet away from the basket. It's over left wing to Charlotte Mabry.
Well, it looks like Luray has picked up their defensive intensity.
Sure does. Scott got by her defender. Off the window, she cannot score. It rattled off the front of the iron. Points there would have been huge for Altavista, but we'll see if they can get a defensive stand. Weekly saunters across the timeline, working left to right. Now it's over left wing to number 10, Bean. Back to Weekly. Down low inside, another foul as Luray gets the ball into the interior of the Altavista defense.
Looks like that's going to be called on Paris Goggins. That's her first.
She's got Cassie Weekly on the arm there. Mormon's going to stay in there with 3 fouls. Here comes a three-pointer hoisted by Beam. No good. Long rebound controlled by number 14, Allie Weekly. It's over to Cassie Weekly. That shot swatted away out of the air, but they're going to whistle Paris Goggins with a foul. She can't believe it. That's her second foul in just a matter of moments.
Well, Paris has got to go vertical. She swung her arm about shoulder height, and you're just, even if you get all ball in that situation, you're going to get the foul called on you.
It has the appearances of a foul. Kind of like the old neighborhood play in baseball. Sorry, spring training starting up. Got baseball in the mind there. Free throw good by Cassie Weekly. That makes the Luray lead 21-14. Their biggest of the night by far. Last time Lady Colonels led was 12-11. Altavista did lead by 1 at the end of the first quarter. Both free throws canned. 22-14.
They're picking up full court.
This is a dangerous time right here for Altavista. If they can score and stay in the game, I think they got a shot. They fall down much more than this. Could be bad news for the Lady Colonels.
Given the drought that they had in the first half and the inability of some of the other players to score, I think you're right.
Mabry holds it over her head on the right wing. Off to Autumn Roach at the top of the key. Zone defense now from Luray. They were using a man-to-man for most of the first half, but looks like a zone now. Roach gets by the defender. Stops at the left elbow of the free throw line. Off to Kraft and then gets it right back. 6 minutes left to play in the third quarter. 22-14. Altavista down, but not out here. A third of the way through the third quarter.
Still too much dribbling. They're not swinging the ball to be able to hit the open player.
Roach will get it to the top of the key. She'll dribble to the free throw line and then just get rid of it. Now right back from Kraft. Yeah, it's sort of just the same thing over and over again. A pass to the wing, a couple of dribbles, pass back to the middle. Nothing gained, nothing lost for the Lady Colonels, but now they have lost the basketball. Mabry just sort of slipped as she was going to the ground, tossed the basketball away, but it was a traveling violation before she did lose the ball.
Well, Luray got her trapped on that baseline and with two defenders.
Allie Weekly will casually bring it into the front court for Luray. Now she gets it back in the right post. Up and in with the shot. She took some contact from Goggins. No foul called. Altavista's probably fortunate there, but the bucket went in. The lead is expanding to double digits. Luray is up 24-14. Coach Deborah Spencer for Altavista wants another timeout. Her team trailing by 10. 5:09 left to play in the third quarter. We'll take the timeout as well on 105.5 KD Country.
PCM Industrial Services recognizes the importance of high school athletics by sponsoring this award-winning broadcast. PCM Industrial Maintenance and Construction Specialists providing welding, millwright, erection, and fabrication services to all forms of industry throughout the Mid-Atlantic region. From offices in Altavista, PCM Industrial Services congratulates the Altavista basketball teams on another successful season. Good luck in the playoffs. Go Colonels.
More live high school sports action on 105.5 KD Country.
Altavista trailing by 10 here at Altavista High School. It's Conference 44 semifinal action in girls basketball. OB, an update on some boys basketball action. Dan River leading Appomattox 41-27 in the third quarter. I grab a few more scores while we hang out here. Let me ask you a question about the statement that I made just a few moments ago. Don't you think this is kind of a danger zone right here for Altavista? I mean, they're treading on thin ice, if you want to use that cliche.
Well, it's a 9-0 run to open the second half, and any coach will tell you that the beginning of the third quarter, start of the second half is a critical time in the ball game, and the Colonels have just shown an inability to break the press, to be able to get into their offense. And Luray's just turning up the defensive pressure. There's another unforced turnover.
Another turnover. McClung gets it back, fouled as she's going to the basket. Actually left it off for Beam, and Beam will shoot the free throws.
Well, and the thing that you're seeing now is that the Colonels are getting extremely frustrated. You can see it in their body language.
Another score. This is a girls' score in a Conference 37 semifinal. The Chatham Lady Cavaliers have defeated Appomattox 55-43. First free throw from Elise Beam, no good. Score will stay 24-14 here. Luray leads by 10. LaShawna Scott going to come back into the game for the Lady Colonels. Yes. She gets to the scorer's table in time. She's wondering whether she can go in or not. They're going to say no.
But she really didn't get there in time.
We've seen, okay, now they beckon her in. We've seen that before.
They had already given the ball to Beam, and she was in her pre-shot routine.
On the court for the Lady Colonels, it's Scott, Paris Goggins, Addison Mormon, Haley Kraft, and Autumn Roach. Second one up from the left-handed shooting Beam. No good. Nice athletic rebound by Addison Mormon to sky up and take it out of the air on the left edge of the paint. It's over to Scott. She'll bring it up right down Main Street. Stops between the circles. Now a chest pass over to the right wing. A double team over there on Kraft. She gets rid of it in the right corner. Back up top to LaShawna Scott. It's fun watching Luray coach Joe Lucas down there. He's animated, jumping up and down the whole time. That's fun to see. Goggins has it in the right corner, in trouble. Overhead pass to Scott. Thinks about a three. Here comes a three-pointer from Haley Kraft. It was a nice screen set by Goggins, but the shot won't go in.
And the problem with that is Goggins out 20 feet setting the screen. There's nobody underneath the boards to contain Luray.
Excellent point. Zone defense from Altavista. Good passing by the Lady Bulldogs, but they lost the handle. Beam dribbled it off of her left shoe. Turnover there. Lady Colonels have the basketball. With 4:17 left to play in the third quarter, down 10. Got to traverse the entire length of the court to score. Kraft goes left, angles back to the right, off to Autumn Roach, who brings it up just inside the right sideline. There's a steal at the top of the key again. Lay in, no good from Allie Weekly, but there's a foul. It was a quiet whistle, but the referee did stop play with the foul call. It's going to be on LaShawna Scott. It's just Scott's first. It's Altavista's fifth as a team. Luray, no team fouls yet, as we're midway through the third quarter. I'm Kyle. He is the excitable boy, Agent Zero Oscar Briggs, and the first free throw converted by number 14, Allie Weekly for Luray. We get to see our first look at number 22, Victoria Bell. She's in the game for the Lady Colonels. Second free throw on the way, no good. Offensive rebound there by the free throw shooter. That was Allie Weekly.
Double digits before they get to the fourth quarter. They're going to find themselves really in a hole that I don't know they'll be able to come out of.
Yeah, they got to get going. Almost another turnover there on the far sideline, but LaShawna Scott got it back. Her bounce pass was intercepted and smacked out of bounds by Cassie Weekly. Lady Colonels will retain possession of the basketball, though. They'll inbound underneath their own scoring bucket. 2:56 left to play in the third.
Yeah, we haven't seen the Colonel opponents this year, but it's almost like the Colonels haven't seen this kind of team speed.
Yeah,
their passes are not crisp, and I don't know if they're anticipating them getting to the intended receiver or not.
Scott gets the long inbound pass between the circles. Kraft going to fire another three. It's no good. High rebound collected by Luray just inside the free throw line, and there's an errant pass that ends up nearly in the lobby. Basketball's going to go back to Altavista. Lady Colonels at the moment on the court have LaDeja Robinson, Paris Goggins, Kayla Robinson, LaShawna Scott, and Haley Kraft. Scott drives, tried to split the two defenders, but couldn't get the pass to Haley Kraft. He could have argued a kickball.
Yeah.
Autumn Roach comes back into the ball game for Altavista. I mean, I guess that the ball For a kickball, I'm not going to ask you to play referee, but let's just discuss it while we're on the topic. Does it have to go off the actual foot? What if it goes off the shin? Is that in play?
That can be a kickball as well.
I got you. Altavista basketball. Haley Kraft has it between the circles. Now sends it right sideline to Kayla Robinson. There's a good look inside to find Goggins, but she lost the handle on the ball.
Nice hands by Luray reaching in and knocking that ball loose.
Sometimes all it takes is a fingertip. That's what it looked like there. Luray's in the front court right, sporting the road black jerseys. Coach Spencer out of her seat, yelling out some defensive instructions. They're going to whistle Autumn Roach for a foul. She just plowed into number 14, Allie Weekly. Weekly will head to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. That's the 8th team foul on Altavista this half. It's the first on Autumn Roach. Into the ball game is Sydney Myers for the Altavista Lady Colonels. We've got 2:02 left to play in the third period.
Coach Spencer continuing to look for some combination.
Free throw no good. Myers reels it in with the left hand, then hugs it into her body to give it off to Roach. Roach fouled by Allie Weekly. That's the first team foul on Luray this half. It's the first one on Allie Weekly in the ball game. The Gretna Lady Hawks were leading Buckingham at halftime, Oscar. There's a bunch of good games going on tonight. Roach makes herself available for the inbound pass from Haley Kraft. Now she's going to try and dribble it across the timeline. She does break the half-court stripe. Nearly dragged her foot for a traveling violation, but must have kept the size 8s glued to the floor for just long enough. 1:35 left to play.
Luray has just been so good defensively.
Lady Colonels really can't even get in their offense, can they? There's another steal. Allie Weekly stepped in front of a Kayla Robinson pass. Spin move, gets to the hole, blocked by Autumn Roach. They're going to whistle Autumn Roach for the foul, and Allie Weekly back to the charity stripe for 2 more free throws. 1:27 remaining in the third quarter. It's a 27-14 Luray lead. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the Altavista Lady Colonels still have not scored in this half, right?
That's absolutely correct.
They had a long dry spell in the first, well, really the second half of the first quarter into the second quarter. And now with just under 90 seconds left to play in this third quarter, this is a 6.5-minute drought right now, at least, if not more. Free throw no good from Allie Weekly. Missed off the right side of the iron.
0 for 6 for Weekly from the line. And her stroke is better than that.
Yeah, form is there. The rhythm is there. See what this one does. It's off the left side this time.
She's got good rotation. Her elbow's tucked in. Her form is good.
Oscar Briggs, shooting coach for hire. Maybe that's what you can do with all your free time. You can do some consulting and some basketball individual training, those types of things. No comment. I'm going to assume you're not interested. We'll talk about it. Here's a runner on the way from Haley Kraft from the right side of the paint. No good. The rebound picked up by Kayla Robinson, though, so the Altavista Colonels will get a second chance on this possession.
Robinson got the rebound and was in the paint, and rather than put the ball back up, dribbled all the way back out and almost cost the Colonels a turnover.
Well, you and I have talked about proximity before. I mean, if you're 2 or 3 feet away from the basket, those odds are pretty good. Even if you are a guard, odds are pretty good that you're going to score and or get fouled. There's another intercepted pass as Myers was looking to go down low for Paris Goggins. Taken away by the Luray defense. We're down to 50 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Only good news for Altavista is that the Luray Lady Bulldogs haven't scored in a while either. Beam wants to try and change that. Her three-pointer skips off the front of the iron. Tracked down by number 12, Chelsea McClung. McClung has it again. Swings it to midcourt. Allie Weekly between the circles. Goggins nearly got a steal for the Lady Colonels. We're down to 30 seconds in the quarter. There's a modified no-look pass. It's over to McClung. Her three-pointer misfires from the right wing. Autumn Roach with a rebound. She's full speed into fifth gear. Breaks the timeline on the far right sideline. 15 seconds left to play in the quarter. Robinson has to reach up for a high pass. Back off to Autumn Roach. Roberts, right-hand dribble, gets to the right elbow free throw line, inside to Myers. Myers fouled. That'll stop play with 6.4 left in the third. Lady Colonels with their best chance yet to score. It'll come without the clock moving as Sydney Myers steps to the free throw line to shoot two.
It's also Colonel's first trip to the free throw line of the evening.
Of the evening? I thought you were going to say of the half.
Of the evening.
Wow. Well, that speaks to that proximity too, Oscar, because the more you get it inside, the more you're going to get fouled. I mean, that's been proven time and time again by the statisticians and the statisticians and the sabermetric types and all that.
And you got plenty of data points.
A lot of data points as far as that's concerned. Myers does score, so the Altavista Colonels on the board in the second half. They still trail 27-15. Down to 4 seconds left. Lydia Fox had a chance for a buzzer beater, but Paris Goggins with good hustle to get back and fortify the low post area of the defense for Altavista.
Exactly. 1 second left as Luray inbound under their own basket.
Time for a catch and shoot. That's exactly what happens at the buzzer, and it's good by Kristen Weaver. She scores on the inbound pass. And there's an exclamation point to end the third quarter for Luray. The Altavista Lady Colonels have some work to do. They trailed 29-15. Final quarter of play on the way when you return to 105.5 KD Country.
At Subway, Monday is no longer Monday. It's Sweet Onion Chicken Teriyaki Day. That's the $3.50 sub of the day. Subway has a different 6-inch sub of the day every day of the week. Each has no artificial flavors or colors from artificial sources. For just $3.50, it's a great sub for a great price. Wednesday, that's Turkey Breast Day. Friday, Tuna Day. The $3.50 sub of the day every day at Subway. At participating restaurants, additional charges for extras and deluxe plus tax may not be combined with other offers, coupons, or discount cards.
More live high school sports action on 105.5 KD Country.
It's the Luray Lady Bulldogs with 29, the Altavista Lady Colonels with 15. Just a 1-point quarter in the third there for Altavista. And it's an uphill battle, Mr. Briggs, but how many times has Deborah Spencer been in this situation before? We'll see what she can craft together here in the fourth quarter. Colonels just, as we pointed out, too many turnovers and not a consistent scoring attack.
And
sorry.
You get outscored 14-1 in a quarter, and it's hard to overcome.
Sure is. Altavista will start the fourth quarter with the basketball. That could help. It's into Myers along the far right sideline. She stands 2 feet outside the three-point ring. Charlotte Mabry with a crafty little running jump shot for two. Her first points of the evening. And maybe that'll get the Lady Colonels motivated to do some damage. There's a turnover from Luray. All of a sudden, it looks like maybe the comeback could be on.
Well, it's 29-17, and if you get a couple of three-pointers by Haley Kraft, and who's not in the game right now, but and you're right back in this ball game.
Yeah. Well, and certainly if Altavista just cuts it to single digits, you'd feel a lot better about your comeback efforts. Mabry, pass fake, dribbles right, gets to the right edge of the three-point line. Now in trouble as she's picked up her dribble. She finds Myers near the free throw line. It's off to Kayla Robinson. We've got 7:20 left to play in regulation. Altavista down 12. Myers tried to change that with a 4-footer from the right side. It doesn't fall.
Well, they were able to get the ball down in the block, so it was a nice play. Myers just a little bit overpowered on the defensive end. Somebody get their hand on the ball.
Kraft and Mormon are waiting at the scorer's table to go in for the Altavista Lady Colonels. A timeout on the court by Luray. We'll take the timeout with them. They lead by 12, 29-17. 7:01 left to play in regulation on 105.5 KD Country.
A short drive will save you money.
I'm Greg Walker with an exciting new offer from Feller Chevrolet. Purchase any new or used vehicle at Fellers and receive a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty and a 3-day, 100% money-back guarantee. Again, a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty and a 3-day money-back guarantee. At Feller Chevrolet, we stand behind what we sell, and we save you money. Come see us. You'll be glad you did.
A short drive will save you money. Feller Chevrolet in Altavista.
More live high school sports action on 105.5 KD Country.
Luray 29, Altavista 17. It's Conference 44 semifinal action. It is an elimination game. The loser of this game's season is done here tonight. The winner would advance on to the Conference 44 title game on Friday, probably at Riverheads. Three-pointer on the way for the Lady Bulldogs and in. That's number 12.
McClung.
Chelsea McClung, pardon me. Tongue-tied there. Chelsea McClung having no problem scoring the three-pointer from the left wing.
It was a nice rotation, and she was wide open.
Lady Colonels now trail 32-17. Again, down but not out. 6:30 left to play in the fourth quarter. Goggins pops to the top of the key to receive the waist-high pass from Roach. She dribbles, curls, gets into the paint, and fouled. See if this is on the floor in the act of shooting. She tried to push it on the way up there, and she went to the free throw line, but unfortunately they're going to call this an on-the-floor foul. It's the third one as a team on Luray this half. It's the first on Cassie Weekly in the game. Kraft, short pass inside to Mabry. She'll trigger it from the right baseline. No good. Goggins put-back attempt. Can't get to the rim either as she's fouled.
That definitely will be a shooting.
Yeah.
So she'll go to the line of shooting too. 6:14 remaining here in the ball game. Colonels trailing 32-17.
We used to call these elimination games, Oscar, do or die games, but who wants to talk about death? It's just high school basketball after all. It's called an elimination game. A win or go home game is a good one too, although that's a little misleading because even the winning team is going to go home afterwards. You don't have to stay here and play the finals right after, although that would be fun. Goggins sinks the first. Second one in the air, and a high arcing shot will go down from the free throw line. Good stuff there from the Lady Colonels to score with that clock moving. Goggins gets a steal now, too. All of a sudden, the Lady Colonels may be back in this thing yet. Kraft steps to do a three-pointer. Hit off the backboard first, didn't go in. 6 minutes left now. Luray in the fast break offense there after the long rebound. The lay-in doesn't go. Stick back by Cassie Weekly won't either, but then a third try will fall. Looked like it was Chelsea McClung again on the putback after a series of offensive rebounds. Mormon steps into the lane. Banker won't fall in the layup. Rebounded in the middle of the paint there by the Luray Lady Bulldogs. Double team in the backcourt. Goggins and Mabry tie up number 14, Allie Weekly. Possession arrow is going to stay with the Luray Bulldogs. 5:32 left to play in the game.
Colonel's starting to show a little bit more sense of urgency now.
Down 15 with 5.5. You really have to, no doubt about it. Bulldogs break the backcourt pressure, get it into the front court. Really got the Altavista defense out of position. There's a foul by Charlotte Mabry. She got her hands and body on Elise Beam. Beams to the free throw line with the clock stopped. 5:27 left to play in regulation.
And double bonus, so Luray will be shooting two on every foul from this point forward.
That's the other big problem with Altavista's comeback attempt, OB, is the fouls are really starting to add up against the Colonels. Mormon's playing with 4. I believe Goggins has 3. They've got over 10 as a team. Neither free throw converted there by Luray, so good news for the Lady Colonels. Roach dribbles from right to left, gets it over to Mabry. She'll fire from just inside the three-point line. It's good from the left wing. Lady Colonels now trail 34-21. The tie up about 40 feet away from the hoop. And there's a foul on Altavista.
It's going to be on Mabry.
That's her second in a matter of moments. 2 free throws will be on the way from Elise Beam.
Elise Beam 1 for 6 from the free throw line, so not a bad strategy.
No, I don't know that it was the old intentional foul, but maybe when you know you don't have a great free throw shooter, maybe you played a little bit more aggressive defense, and if you do commit the foul, oh well.
Well, yeah, and you're at the point in the game where you have to do that.
Yeah, I think so. I think you, as you said, play with that sense of urgency. Of
course.
What do we know? She makes both up, right?
Yeah, that's right.
And that's the way it happens in sports. That's the way it happens in life. We've got a timeout on the court. The Luray Bulldogs take it. We'll take it with them. They lead 36-21, just over 5 to play on 105.5 KD Country.
Colonels, hey, let's go, Lady Colonels. Cheering on the Altavista Lady Colonels, one-stop Mart, Main Street Altavista are proud of your dedication and teamwork. It's led you to the basketball playoffs. One Stop Mart Altavista is proud to support the community that supports One Stop. Before stepping out to tonight's game, be sure to fill up the gas tank at One Stop and pick up a bucket of the best chicken in town. One Stop Mart, Main Street Altavista, where the gas is cheap, beverages are cold, and the chicken's kicking.
More live high school sports action on 105.5 KD Country.
Lady Bulldogs on top. It's been that way since about the start of the second quarter. They're leading at the moment 36-21. I'm Kyle. He is Mr. Briggs. That's Mr. Briggs to you. We call him Oscar on his farewell tour here, but let's not get too sentimental. We've got a ball game to play.
Got a ball game. Plenty of time left, 5 minutes and 11 seconds left in this one. We got another game tomorrow night.
We do.
We're back at home for the boys.
I was going to mention about the game tomorrow night. Tip here at Altavista, 6 p.m. Subway pregame shows on around 5:40 with Oscar and myself. You looking forward to seeing the Colonels again? I mean, they got the win against William Campbell, but it was, well, let's just say not pretty at times for Altavista.
No, I am looking forward. Historically, the Colonels get into tournament time and they turn it up a notch and start to eliminate the mistakes. And we thought that they've been gelling here the last 3 or 4 weeks, and they were a little bit disjointed against William Campbell. Things got a little chippy, and I think, the third time they'd played them. But I'm looking forward to them getting back on the court, cleaning that game up, and seeing Troy Harris have these guys back playing their A game.
I think they're really going to start to turn it up in the playoffs. It's Altavista basketball in the front court. They whistle Paris Goggins for a traveling violation. She's not happy. It's another turnover for the Lady Colonels. LaShawna Scott back into the ball game for Altavista. She joins Goggins, Addison Mormon, Haley Kraft, Charlotte Mabry. Full court pressure here for the Lady Colonels. 4 minutes and 35 seconds left to play in the ball game. Nice bounce pass feed inside to number 15, Kristen Weaver, who scores with relative ease from the right side of the hoop. More points for Luray. They lead 38-17. Lady Colonels might be in full-out desperation mode now. Scott steps into a long two. Count that one from 17 feet.
Her first basket of the night. And the Colonels have got to find other people to score.
Mabry runs down an errant Luray pass, so here's an extra chance for the Lady Colonels. Scott in trouble, underhands it to Mabry. Kraft fires for 3. That's good. 5 points in a row for the Altavista Lady Colonels. Here's a timeout on the court. Altavista's cut it to a 12-point deficit. We've got exactly 4 minutes left to play. We'll take the timeout, too. It's a 38-26 Luray advantage on 105.5 KD Country.
PCM Industrial Services recognizes the importance of high school athletics by sponsoring this award-winning broadcast. PCM Industrial Maintenance and Construction Specialist providing welding, millwright, erection, and fabrication services to all forms of industry throughout the Mid-Atlantic region. From offices in Altavista, PCM Industrial Services congratulates the Altavista basketball teams on another successful season. Good luck in the playoffs. Go Colonels.
Back to the press box for high school sports on 105.5 KD Country.
Lady Colonels with 5 points in a few seconds. Haley Kraft with another three-pointer to go along with a long two from LaShawna Scott. It's got the crowd back into it. playing there in the timeout break certainly helped. Lay-in doesn't go from Luray. There's a rebound from Paris Goggins about 5 feet away from the hoop. Now she's fouled. All of a sudden, the tide's starting to turn a little bit here, OB. You sense this momentum shift?
Yeah, certainly there is, and that's the 5th team foul, so Luray has one more to give before the Colonels start shooting on every foul.
Luray's got
3:46 remaining. Colonels have cut it to 12.
Backcourt violation on LaShawna Scott. She got over the timeline, and then the pressure was applied really as she broke the midcourt stripe. Forced her to just take a step back with her right foot, and that was too much. The referee with a great angle there to call it. Inbound pass goes cross court to Kristen Weaver. Weaver holds it over her head at the right point, flips to the left wing. A three-point try is good from Allie Weekly. I thought the Bulldogs might run some time off the clock.
I was up here going, you don't want that shot. You don't want that shot. You want to run some clock, and she drained it.
Kraft catches in the right corner beyond the three-point arc, steps inside the defense, splits a double team, and is fouled on her way to the basket. This is an on-the-floor foul. It's the 6th one on Luray. Oscar was just talking about that. Next one will have the Altavista Lady Colonels in the bonus. We've got 3:22 left in regulation. Lady Colonels trail 41-26. Turnaround jumper from Goggins, too short. Rebounded by Luray. They're going to take their time in the backcourt.
And Addison Mormon's got to be careful because she's got 4 fouls.
She's playing an aggressive type of defense. There's a poke away by Haley Kraft. It's collected by Scott. Scott will trot it across the half-court stripe. Left wing over to Mabry. Mabry fakes a pass. One dribble with the right hand. Back to Scott. 2:50 left to play in the 4th quarter. Altavista down but not out. Floater up from Kraft just outside the right edge of the paint. Goggins, second chance try doesn't go. The third chance won't go. Mormon had her hands on the ball for a moment, but it got ripped out of there by Elise Beam from Luray. Bulldogs, 3-on-1 fast break. Goggins with a rejection. There's a crash and burn on the baseline. The basketball out of bounds. Altavista comes out on the good end of that exchange. They get the ball back.
The Colonels have kind of turned it into scramble mode, and that's what they have to do. But just have not been able to get the ball in the hoop. They had several opportunities on the last time down the floor and just could not get the ball in the hole.
2:39 left in regulation. Lady Colonels really have to go now. Although, as you pointed out earlier, a couple three-pointers and you're right back in it. However, they got to go in. Kraft catches on the right wing. Looked at the rim, but not able to get free enough to shoot a triple. Off to Paris Goggins at the top of the key. She looks for a cutting player. She'll drive instead. Took too many steps. Frustration there from Goggins on the traveling violation, and it's another turnover for Altavista.
Deja Robinson will be reporting in for Goggins.
41-26, the Luray lead.
And Paris Goggins is a senior, and that may be the last we've seen of her.
Might be. Lady Colonels cannot afford any more mistakes now. They're going to have to really play perfect basketball here to end this game if they want to come back. Atkins in the ball game. She lost it over to Lydia Fox, who was actually the one that lost the basketball out of bounds. Fox is headed to the free throw line, though. They whistle Altavista for a foul. I don't know if she was in the act of shooting or not, but it doesn't matter because Altavista's committed over 10 fouls. It's a double bonus situation. Foul ended up being on LaDeja Robinson for the Lady Colonels. Kayla Robinson in the game now for Scott. Got a pair of Robinsons on the court for Altavista. They join Haley Kraft, Addison Mormon, and Autumn Roach. 2:03 left to play. Free throw in and out. Addison Mormon gets the rebound. Waist-high dribble, now flips it up ahead along the far right sideline to Haley Kraft. Kraft fouled as she was about to kick it into 5th gear and go to the hoop. She's now at the free throw line to shoot a pair for Altavista. 1:57 left. Pardon me, a 1-and-1. Great save there by Oscar Briggs with the hand gesture.
It may be 2.
Good point. We're hoping it's 2. We're thinking positive here. And I know that we're positive that we're happy that you're joining our broadcast. She does make the first. So glad if you're listening, riding around on this post-Valentine's Day edition.
What?
Yeah, exactly.
When was that?
Singles Awareness Day. Kraft makes both. That helps. 1:57 left to play in the ball game. It's a 41-28 Luray lead. Lady Colonels may foul here intentionally. They're just going to play pressure defense in the backcourt. Wonder what happens when Luray breaks the timeline. They do get it across. Flip inside. Nice feed by number 10, Elise Beam, to get it to Kristen Weaver, who scores. The candle is starting to be blown out here for the Lady Colonels' comeback attempt. Kayla Robinson fires up the three from the right wing, and her three-pointer no good. There's a tie-up underneath the hoop, and the possession arrow favors Altavista. 93 seconds left, Oscar.
Nice hustle by Robinson, getting that held ball.
The Lady Colonel's got to knock everything down at this point. Roach will try it from the left baseline. High arcing jump shot, no good off the back plate. Lady Colonels will double team the Luray rebounder, and they break free from the trap. Up ahead, Chelsea McClung scores for two from the right side. And unfortunately, it looks like the Lady Colonels' comeback attempt is going to fall short. We've only got 1:14 left in the ball game. Altavista is down 45-28, and another turnover by the Lady Colonels.
Wing coach Spencer continues to run players in and out, getting some experience.
Got in the game now. Pardon me. Kayla Robinson's in the game. LaShawna Scott has returned to the game. I beg your pardon there. Altavista with a double team near midcourt. Luray flinging the ball around over the defense from the Lady Colonels, the zone D. Now they'll swing it around the perimeter.
And I'll give Luray credit. They have not gone conservative, and they've continued to try to put the ball in the hole. They hadn't tried to ice it. They've stayed in their offense. They've continued to press the ball out of the Altavista press, had the mismatches, and they've continued to push the ball through.
Well, and maybe that's a worthy discussion topic. I mean, maybe teams get too conservative with the lead. Oscar, you know, you can play keep away all you want to, but you're certainly not scoring when you play keep away. You're running the clock down, and I guess hopefully the idea is you draw the defense out and make them overcommit, and then you've got an open look at the basket when the lane is free. However, Luray not subscribing to that theory. You're right. They just keep attacking.
Sydney Myers at the line. Looks like she's shooting 1-1.
Myers is a 5'10 junior forward. We mentioned just the three seniors on the ball club this year for the Lady Colonels. Paris Goggins, Haley Kraft, and Taylor Lee, who is unavailable tonight due to injury. They'll be missed next year. Altavista graduated a lot of players last year. Think about names like Taylor Kraft, Victoria Burgess. Oh, I know we're leaving out a few others. Whitney Davis was on that ball club last year. They lost a lot of their scoring. They're going to lose some more next year when this group of three seniors graduates. Down to 46 seconds left to play in the game. Myers sank both. The lead is 15 now for Luray. Lady Bulldogs get it in bounds. It's brought across the timeline by Allie Weekly. Tie up over there on the far sideline. Scott was able to rip it away from Skylar Batchelor Pickett. And the possession arrow showing the Altavista Colonels' way. Once again, join Oscar and I for the broadcast tomorrow night. If you can't make it to the game, it's Altavista and Riverheads. It'll be a Conference 44 championship game tomorrow. Both teams have already locked up their trips to the 1A East Region tournament next week. That game will be here at Altavista on Tuesday, but we'll talk about that more tomorrow night.
Yeah, let's take care of Riverheads tomorrow night.
Sure. Well, it doesn't affect the seeding, but your point is valid.
You don't want to go into the regional tournament after a loss.
That's right.
either.
Absolutely right. There's a foul out near midcourt. Lady Colonels with a little too much physicality on the defense, and Allie Weekly will get a chance to shoot some free throws. The foul was on number 15, Sydney Myers, her first. 25 seconds left in our ball game. Lady Colonels are going to see their season come to an end tonight in the Conference 44 semifinal. Stick around for the Subway post-game show. We'll talk about this one, have some stats, and maybe talk a little bit more about the guys' game tomorrow night.
I don't want to philosophize on whether it's good to go into a regional tournament with a loss or not.
Yeah, I guess you could play the other side of that coin and say, well, maybe if you lose, it fires you up and it makes you work harder in practice the next couple days. But yeah, we could have a talk show for that. This is a basketball game. We've got a music show coming on at 8 p.m., the Honky Tonk Jukebox with the Sugar Daddy. It's a continuation of his Honky Tonk Heroes series, the Honky Tonk Legends and Kings and Queens and all that. Luray with another steal. They're in the front court quickly. McClung will retreat back outside the three-point line. She's fouled as she was really just trying to run away from the Altavista defense. That'll stop the clock with 13 seconds left. The Luray lead at the moment is 16, 46-30. Third foul on number 24, LaShawna Scott. Lady Colonels do have quite a bit of talent coming back. Bunch of names that we've seen tonight. Sydney Myers is a junior. Kayla Robinson and Autumn Roach are juniors. LaShawna Scott is a junior. Addison Mormon is a junior. Cupboard is not bare for the Lady Colonels.
No, it's not.
Next year's senior class is going to be a large one, too. LaShawna Scott with the Steph Curry range three-pointer at the buzzer. It didn't go in, and it went out of bounds with 0.8 seconds left. I love it. Why not try it, right? There's the final horn, and the Luray Lady Bulldogs have gotten the victory. They'll advance to the Conference 44 title game. On the Altavista Lady Colonels season is done. Subway post-game show is on the way when Oscar and I return on 105.5 KD Country.
Napa know-how. When you grab a pair of Bosch Evolution Beam wiper blades, now $10 off at Napa, you'll have the confidence to tell Mother Nature to bring it. Because with Bosch Evolution wiper blades, now $10 off when you buy a pair, you'll show the weather who's really the boss. That's Napa Know-How. Napa Know-How. At participating Napa Auto Parts stores. Offer expires 2/28/17.
Brought to you by Napa of Altavista.
At Subway, Monday is no longer Monday. It's Sweet Onion Chicken Teriyaki Day. That's the $3.50 sub of the day. Subway has a different 6-cent sub of the day every day of the week. Each has no artificial flavors or colors from artificial sources. For just $3.50, it's a great sub for a great price. Wednesday, that's Turkey Breast Day. Friday, Tuna Day. The $3.50 sub of the day every day at Subway. At participating restaurants, additional charges for extras and deluxe plus tax may not be combined with other offers, coupons, or discount cards.
A short drive will save you money.
I'm Greg Walker with an exciting new offer from Feller Chevrolet. Purchase any new or used vehicle of Feller's and receive a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty and a 3-day, 100% money-back guarantee. Again, a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty and a 3-day money-back guarantee. At Feller Chevrolet, we stand behind what we sell, and we save you money. Come see us. You'll be glad you did.
A short drive will save you money. Feller Chevrolet in Altavista.
PCM Industrial Services recognizes the importance of high school athletics by sponsoring this award-winning broadcast. PCM Industrial Maintenance and Construction Specialists providing welding, millwright, erection, and fabrication services to all forms of industry throughout the Mid-Atlantic region. From offices in Altavista, PCM Industrial Services congratulates the Altavista basketball teams on another successful season. Good luck in the playoffs. Go Colonels.
Back to the press box for high school sports on 105.5 KD Country.
The Subway post-game show has arrived. The Lady Colonels fall in this one tonight at the hands of the Luray Lady Bulldogs. It was a 46-30 Luray victory. I'm Kyle Haney. He's Oscar Briggs. Katie, our sound engineer, who we should point out has been doing a wonderful job. She gets better and better every game, and really it seems like we're rounding into postseason form, I think, our team. Sure. Unfortunately, tonight the Lady Colonels season comes to an end. Oscar, they had plenty of fight, just as we've pointed out multiple times, not enough consistent scoring, too many turnovers on the offensive end, and Luray really took full advantage.
Well, and quarter by quarter, Altavista 8-7 in the first quarter. Luray outscored Altavista 8-6 in the second quarter. The fourth quarter, Luray outscored Altavista 17-15. Tight ball game, right? No. Third quarter, 14-1, 13-point spread, and you lose by 16. That was the downfall. The Colonels just couldn't get anything going at all. The defense from Luray was just superb. And like I said, the Altavista never got in their offense. They threw the ball away. Credit to Luray and their defensive scheme.
Yeah, I think back to that third quarter. Remember, it was a really fast start from Luray, too. They got 5 points within about 26 seconds, and that seemed to really put the Lady Colonels on their heels.
And then in the next minute, with 6 minutes, it was turned into like a 9 or 11-0 run.
Yeah,
so,
that's exactly right. Lady Colonels just could not recover from that deficit there. We'll step aside. It's the Subway post-game show. The Footlong Fest is on at Subway. All footlongs just $6 a piece. Stop into any Subway location, but we might prefer and recommend the 2 locations in Altavista on Main Street and also inside the Walmart on Clarion Road. Subway post-game show back right after this timeout. It's a 46-30 loss for the Altavista Lady Colonels. Their season is done here in the Conference 44 semifinal. Hope you enjoyed the action on 105.5 KD Country.
Colonels, hey, let's go Lady Colonels. Cheering on the Altavista Lady Colonels, One Stop Mart, Main Street Altavista are proud of your dedication, teamwork. It's led you to the basketball playoffs. One Stop Mart Altavista is proud to support the community that supports One Stop. Before stepping out to tonight's game, be sure to fill up the gas tank at One Stop and pick up a bucket of the best chicken in town. One Stop Mart, Main Street Altavista, where the gas is cheap, beverages are cold, and the chicken's kicking.
At Subway, Monday is no longer Monday. It's Sweet Onion Chicken Teriyaki Day. That's the $3.50 sub of the day. Subway has a different 6-cent sub of the day every day of the week. Each has no artificial flavors or colors from artificial sources. For just $3.50, it's a great sub for a great price. Wednesday, that's Turkey Breast Day. Friday, Tuna Day. The $3.50 sub of the day every day at Subway. At participating restaurants, additional charges for extras and deluxe. Plus tax may not be combined with other offers, coupons, or discount cards.
Napa know-how. When you grab a pair of Bosch Evolution Beam wiper blades, now $10 off at Napa, you'll have the confidence to tell Mother Nature to bring it. Because with Bosch Evolution wiper blades, now $10 off when you buy a pair, you'll show the weather who's really the boss. That's Napa know-how. Napa know-how. At participating Napa Auto Parts stores. Offer expires 2/28/17.
Brought to you by Napa of Altavista.
Back to the press box for high school sports on 105.5 KD Country.
Fun times here at the Subway post-game show. Not so much fun on the court for the Lady Colonels. They lose 46-30 to Luray. Altavista's season is done. Another successful campaign for Deborah Spencer and her squad, but they fall a little bit short of the expectations. OB, you and I have already discussed the game a little bit, but give us a breakdown on the final scoring numbers.
For Luray, really some nice balance scoring out of them. Lisa Atkins with 2, Cassie Weekly with 8, Elise Beam with 3, McClung with 7, Weekly with 15, and Kristen Weaver with 11. So they had 2 players in double figures. For the Colonels, Charlotte Mabry late with 4 points. Sydney Myers with 3. Haley Kraft led the Colonels with 15. LaShawna Scott with 2. And Paris Goggins with 4. Addison Mormon had 2 as well to wrap up. 46-30, the final score here from Altavista as Luray defeats the Colonels.
Luray is going to go on to take on Riverhead Friday night in the Conference 44 final. And according to my records, Luray lost to Riverheads once by 1 point and then beat them in another game by 6. So I would say that's anybody's ball game up there Friday night. We've got a game tomorrow night featuring Riverheads and Altavista. Oscar, let's discuss for just a moment here. We talked about, the Colonels, the guys' team, some struggles here late in the season. Coach Harris said, I think we're always going to win ugly. He doesn't like having to sneak by teams and pull away in the fourth quarter. He'd prefer his teams be up 20 at halftime. But I think he's realized this is just this team's MO this year. That's kind of how they operate. And as long as you can get the win, I suppose it doesn't really matter what it looks like on the court, the big numbers on the scoreboard at the end.
Yeah, there hadn't been a lot of blowouts. There have been some games where they had some leads, pretty big leads, 12, 15-point leads late, and it's they've made it a little bit closer than necessary. But there's enough senior leadership on this team that as they move forward into the playoffs, that they can get past that. They certainly have the athletic ability. Coach Harris has done a good job coaching them. They play strong defense. They can go deep in this tournament.
Yeah, last night it was like a 2 or 3 possession game with about 5 minutes left, and then you look up the score at the end of the night. Altavista beat them by 20. So they certainly are capable of going on those spurts and really putting you away. And I think I'm with you. I think the defense is really going to carry them. Those games, maybe they're not shooting the ball so great. I think defensively it'll keep them in it against just about anybody at the 1A level. Player of the game time, we can't forget about that, of course. Let me go first for the Luray Lady Bulldogs, who get the win here tonight, 46-30. Altavista's season is done. Let's see here. For Luray, I really liked what Cassie Weekly did inside. She's 5'10", post player. We talked about Luray got a lot of points inside. She was one of the ones doing the damage in there. I'll pick her.
Boy, I'm going to go with Allie Weekly, who had 15, 9 of those in the second half. She had the first 5 points coming out of halftime and really spearheaded that big surge that they had at the beginning of the third quarter. So don't know if they can, but got to believe that they are.
Got to believe. You never know.
No.
For the Altavista Lady Colonels, this one's pretty easy for me. I got to go with the senior, Haley Kraft. She got the party started with the first 8 for Altavista. She hit another 3 late that seemed to spur them on and get them back in the ball game. And got to give honorable mention to the other senior that was out there tonight, Paris Goggins. She played hard in the post and other areas as well. Taylor Lee is the 3rd senior for Altavista, unavailable tonight due to injury, but those 3 names will be really missed next year.
Yeah, and because of the seniors, I'm going to go with all 3 of them.
Sure.
It's Paris was banging the boards all night and didn't have a great night offensively. Taylor has had a very, very good career here, and Taylor Lee's had an outstanding career as well. They mean a lot to the program, and so with that, I'm going with those 3 seniors.
I like it. I like the pick. I think it's valid. I think our player of the game, Katie, our sound engineer, doing a wonderful job again. Hope you'll join us tomorrow night if you can't make the ball game. It's Altavista and Riverheads, the guys' Conference 44 championship game tomorrow night. It's here at Altavista High School. Oscar and I will be on around 5:40. Our sponsors for tonight, the folks that made this game possible, and we really do thank them for this. I tell you, this is community support that you just don't find anywhere else. It's hard to get girls basketball games on the radio. We were proud to bring it to you. We're grateful to these 4 sponsors for making it happen. Feller Chevrolet now offering a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. The one-stop mart where the gas is cheap, the beverages are cold, and the chicken always kicking. PCM Industrial Services now offering mobile welding and repair service. And Napa Auto Parts. Find your Napa know-how on Main Street in Altavista. It is the Subway postgame show. You can eat fresh at both locations, Main Street and inside the Walmart on Clarion Road. All right, Oscar and I are out of here for tonight. Stick around for the Honky Tonk Jukebox at 8 p.m. with the Sugar Daddy. We'll close up shop and send you back to the real country music. Lady Colonels fall. Their season is done. They lose to Luray 46-30. You heard all the action live on 105.5 KD Country.